Welcome back to beautiful Winston-Salem, North Carolina. NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series action here at historic Bowman Gray Stadium. And folks, the fans are getting restless. That's because the sportsman cars are about to leave the track. The sportsman car winner of Zach Orr and the Modifieds have entered the arena. The NASCAR Brad's Golf Cars Modifieds are ready to do battle for one of the best races of the season at Bowman Gray Stadium. Anytime there's a 100-lapper, we circle it on our calendar. Let's give you the lineup for tonight's Fox 8 WGHP 100 double points and the Fans Challenge. Starting on the pole from just down the road in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, the Black Sand Company, number 69, it's Superman, John Holliman IV. And on the outside, after his 39th win of his career last week, the Walnut Cove driver in the QRC HVAC, number 4, it's Jason Myers.
Starting in the third position, driving that number 99 from Mount Airy, North Carolina, that's William Smith. And Randy Butner, driving that number 5, is starting in fourth.
The third row on the inside, the units moving in storage, number 91 from King, North Carolina, a two-time winner and a sophomore sensation. It's the Snowman, Junior Snow. And to the outside, driving the number 10, the Carolina Water Jet Machine from King, North Carolina, it's Dan Spini.
Starting in the seventh position, driving that number 3, it's the Flying Taco, Danny Probst. And just beside him, you know him, that number 83. He is your points leader as of this week, Tim Brown.
Starting ninth on the field, looking for his first win of the season, the driver of the Q104, number 104 from Winston-Salem, it's Brandon Ward. And to the outside, qualifying in the top 4, but not taking the Fans Challenge tonight, the Dan Sandwiches Brad's Golf Cars, number 75, a 25-time winner at Bowman Gray Stadium, it's Lee Jeffries.
Driving that number 57, starting in the 11th position from Mooresville, North Carolina, Danny Bone. And driving the number 44, starting in 12th from Kernersville, North Carolina, Daniel Beeson.
Starting in lucky number 13 position tonight, the driver of the 39 from Winston-Salem, the T-Time Sports and Spirits Machine, it's Gerald Robinson Jr. And to the outside in the Greg Butcher Trucking, number 35 from the Randy Butner entry tonight for Greg Butcher.
Walnut Cove native Kyle Southern is driving that number 9 and starting in the 15th position. And Mike Spini in the 37th from Tobaccoville is starting 16th.
Drawing all the way back in 17th, probably wishing that he wasn't doing so because he has been red hot in the Brad's Golf Cars Modified Division, is the driver of the Guaranteed Auto, number 16, from Mount Airy, North Carolina, 17-time winner at Bowman Gray Stadium. They call him the showstopper. It's Chris Fleming. And to his outside, a great veteran of the Modified Wars, in the number 45, it's Lee Stimpson.
That 77 of Susan Harwell is starting in the 19th position. And just beside Susan in the 88, it's Ethan Stoltz.
The 21st position tonight goes to a Myers Family Racing number 6. Luke Smith is in that machine. And to the outside, another Myers Brothers entry, driving the number 14, the Flying Beret, Corey LeVay.
And driving that number 89, starting in the 23rd position, Eddie Collins. And rounding out the field, driving the number one driver that did take the Fans Challenge. In fact, he said, let's do it. That's Burt Myers.
So 4 drivers had a chance today. They qualified in the top 4. They can say, okay, I'll drop to the rear. If I make it up to the fourth position or better, I will get a $9,000 bonus. The only one of 4 drivers with enough moxie to do it was the driver of the CitraSafe Backyard Leisure's number 1, Burt Myers. 90-time winner, Burt Myers in Bowman Gray Stadium Wars, and he's going to come from the rear and try to put on a show for $9,000 tonight. Lights are out on the Pace vehicle, Jesse. We are getting ready. This is NASCAR's longest-running weekly racing series track, and this is NASCAR's original division. These are the drivers that live by the grace of God and 600 horsepower. Coming off of turn number 4, a false start.
Seems to be a theme tonight.
It does. It does. I think they do that to mess with me. I get so excited in these modified green flags. But, hey, why squash the energy now? Let's ramp it up because we're going for part 2 of this start here. A whole host, that is 24 600 horsepower modifieds, will take the green. Here they go. The 100 has begun.
Bit of a wobbly start there for the 69.
Jason Myers from the outside. Wow, that's impressive. John Holloman loose off of turn 4, hanging on for dear life.
Oh, the 10 gets pushed out of position there. He's going to drop back a couple spots.
There are cars everywhere, including one spinning into the infield grass. Crab Smith goes crab walking, sliding into the infield grass, bringing out your first caution 811 call before you dig. Yellow flag of this 100 lot modified affair. There's Crab Smith's Williams trucking machine. Talked to Crab earlier tonight. One of the great veterans of modified wars here, a very respected member of the modified community, a trucker. That's how he spent his whole entire career, trucking, driving long road trucks up and down the highway, and also on the weekends, spending his time behind the wheel of a NASCAR modified.
Why do they call him Crab? Do you know?
Great question.
There's your homework.
You might want to ask him.
Oh, no, not something?
No. You might want to ask him. I haven't really asked him. We've just called him Crab our whole life. Maybe he's grumpy. I don't think he is. Maybe he likes crab legs.
Who doesn't?
Tony Hirschman Jr. does. I do. I once changed the rules at a restaurant about all-you-can-eat crab legs. I ruined it for everybody.
Oh, that's okay. Impressive.
I can eat a lot of crab legs, Jesse. You saw the fans there just enjoying themselves right above the Advance Auto Parts Weekly Racing Series billboard here on the back straightaway. You know the back straightaway here, here's the cone. Here's the choose cone. John Holloman choosing the outside. Randy Buntner choosing the outside, too, to be in the 4th position. Junior Snow is in the 3rd position on the bottom of the 2nd row. The sophomore sensation. He has put on a show so far this year. Really, they found a lot of things. You know, new PSR car, that number 51. And the car just was erratic for a good portion of the season. They found something bound up in the car, and man, that car has been lights out ever since they have. Here we go. 4 laps on the board. Jason Myers bring him to the green. Holloman does it from the outside. Round the outside, round the outside. Susan Harwell spins into the grass, and we have another yellow flag just 5 laps in. Susan Harwell, cancer survivor. She kicked cancer's you-know-what. And she is a veteran here at Bowman Gray Stadium, and somebody that, if you don't love Susan Harwell, you don't love Bowman Gray Stadium, because Alfred Hill's daughter, and just a great, great person. Yellow flag will remain out as Gerald Robinson has slowed on the front stretch. Susan Harwell, I love sitting next to her in the driver's meetings. That's like my favorite. When I see a seat open next to her, I like to sit next to her. So, because she's just such a sweet woman, and just a lot of respect for her as a human. But, you know, she straps herself into these modifieds. They don't have the budget to, you know, put new tires on the car every week. I wish she did, because I'd love to see her racing more regularly towards the front of the field. But she is someone who everybody here at Bowman Gray Stadium loves and respects oh so much.
That's what's so great about this place, is that this field of modifieds is made up of so many different characters, of so many different walks of life, of different backgrounds. And when they all go to work every week, they have so many different jobs. And then they're all out here in the same place every Saturday night taking it to each other. That's
right, racing these overpowered horsepower machines around a football field, tight confines of a quarter mile. This is purebred insanity on wheels. And we're taking the green of the Fox 8 WGHP 100. Once again, Jason Myers, finally the inside groove is the one that moves. Junior Snow files in right behind, move him up to the 2nd position, but trouble in the south turn. Kyle Southern is stuffed into the outside wall. Safety workers rushing to the aid of the driver of the Tobacco Ridge number 9, as his right front there is stuffed into the wall. Last week, a career best finish of 6th for the driver of the number 9. Beautiful machine right there, and hate to see that happen. You see the right front is all cattywampus on that number 9, so he's going to probably pull it behind the wall here and behind the field house. Score that on your bingo card, by the way, cattywampus.
I do love that word.
It is a good word.
A buddy of mine from Philly, from the Philly area, I should say, had never heard that word before.
Was he South Philly? Like born and raised?
West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Oh, it's West.
Yeah.
Yeah, West.
Yeah.
He spent most of his days on the playground, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, what I was saying was, had never heard the word cattywampus, and you should see someone's face the first time you use cattywampus in a sentence when they've never heard it before. It's something. Welcome to the South.
Oh boy. If you can't have fun here, like, okay, we have fun up in the flow booth. There's some people that say, hey, you guys have too much fun. Talk about race cars. We're up here for 3-4 hours. You know, we're up here. We're not solving the world's problems. We're on Flow Racing TV right now. You know, NASCAR roots. We're at a carnival-esque atmosphere racetrack, and we're watching some incredible racing. And if you can't have fun doing what we're doing, you're doing it wrong. Seriously, if you're up here too stuffy, do you want your Matthew Dillner stuffy, like maybe a suit, and up here just no personality?
No.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I can stay in the booth then. I was going to leave if you said no.
What?
If you said no, I want you to be serious. I was going to leave.
I actually prefer my Dillner, the most serious of Dillners.
That would be maybe my brother. He'll be joining us in the booth next week, I think it is. So a bucket list for me.
That's awesome.
My brother has always been one of my heroes that I've always looked up to, especially here in this sport. So getting to share a booth with him next week is something that I am trying not to get excited about as we look at the cone, the restart cone, and Junior Snow taking the outside. The bold move. He did this, you know, just the other week on the double file choose cone restarts. He really went to the top and took chances. And I kind of like seeing that out of a young driver. Instead of playing it safe, he wants to feel out that unit's number 51 and see what he has and experience the outside here at Bowman Gray.
With the last 2 starts, we saw the driver take the lead from the outside, so not a bad choice.
You never know. Here we go, back to green, 13 laps on the board, side by side. The drag race is on to the south turn. Give the lead to Jason Myers, creeping down the backstretch. Junior Snow trying to hang on the outside. John Holloman sideways behind him, trying to fill the hole, but he doesn't. Junior Snow shuts the door. Single file most of the way through this race. Only 15 laps on the board right now. 100-lap feature for you. One of the long races. Thirteenth position for Burt Myers. 13th position so far for Burt Myers. If the number 1, the driver of the number 1, makes it up to the top 4, he will receive a $9,000 bonus for doing so. Jason Myers, though, his brother, is in the lead. That number 4 QRC Carolina drilling machine, you see it right there, black and orange in the lead. Junior Snow trying to stalk him. Those top 2 cars have stretched out their lead. Not so spaced out for position 3 and 4 right now. John Holloman, the 4th, in the number 69 car, has a rear bumper full of Brandon Ward. Brandon Ward in the Q104.1 car, the gray PSR chassis, trying to get his first win of 2023. It's been nearly a year. This weekend, it marks today it's 364 days since the last time the veteran race car driver in that gray car has visited Bowman Gray Stadium Victory Lane. He finished second last week. He's finished second twice this season. He wants it one more better. Man, I'd love it. Okay, folks, we don't have timing and scoring here. So if you're new to flow racing, Bowman Gray Stadium style, you see the ticker on top. There's no rundown. as we're 23 laps on the board. Well, that's because there's no electronic timing and scoring here. This is old school as old school gets. So we're going to try to keep you always abreast to how many laps are on the board, who's leading. So it's just like you're here at Bowman Gray Stadium. You've got the scoreboard and you've got your eyes. That's what you got. Right now in the lead, coming to lap 25, quarter of the way through this, Jason Myers is your leader. Second place, Junior Snow. Third place, John Holloman, the fourth. Brandon Ward in the fourth position. And in fifth, the New Jersey native, Danny Bone. Battle is on again for the third position. Brandon Ward firing some shots to the back bumper of the number 69 of John Holloman. Here he goes again out of turn number 2. Holloman really trying to protect the bottom there. He's doing so, but I'll tell you what, the 104 car has got to be a little kind of impatient here in a way because Danny Bone is closed in and he's pressuring him.
Yeah, Brandon Ward has been glued to the back of that 69 for the past probably 6 laps now, and now that he's feeling pressure behind him, he's probably going to have to start using that Nerf bar there.
Holloman working to the outside of Crab Smith's number 99 machine. Lap leaders. The leaders are navigating their way around lap traffic right now. In the front, Jason Myers having some trouble with a lap car. Gerald Robinson moves out of the way. Robinson goes into the grass. So does Crab Smith. Double lap cars in the grass, and the yellow flag is out. It was a lap car tango in the infield, bringing out your, I believe, third call 811 dig before you dig yellow flag of this modified feature event. Flow Racing replay, let's check it out. There's the 69 to the outside of Crab Smith. Crab trying to stay on the inside there. It unloads on him, hits those turtles a little bit, and around goes the Williams Trucking 99. Does a good job of not having that car wash up and take out any cars. There's your scoreboard for you. Love that scoreboard because it's on the beautiful field house here, which is the locker rooms for Winston-Salem State University. But inside, well, there's a deck right there. Look at that deck. You could pay some extra money and go hang out on the deck tonight. Bowman Gray's got a lot of opportunities here for you to come see some races.
So cool.
What racetrack do you know that has its own like field house with locker rooms and bathrooms, and this place is dope.
Because I don't know of any other racetrack around a football field like this.
No. I mean, there were historically maybe, but what track exists? That's a good question. I don't think any track exists anymore. They used to play football in the infield of Birmingham International Raceway in Birmingham, Alabama. Islip Stadium had football in the infield. Freeport Stadium in Long Island, New York, great midget track that closed in 1983, had football in its infield, but very rare indeed. And Bowman Gray, it's unlike anything else in the planet. God, I just nerded. Jesse's looking at me like, you are so weird.
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
Great.
Well, the cone's out.
Well, I'm a nerd, too.
The cone's out. There's the cone.
Nerd recognized nerd. I love that cone.
I do, too. You know, the other week it had, like, lights on it.
Oh, jeez.
What happened? So, Junior Snow, the snowman, puts it to the outside. So does Brandon Ward. He was getting impatient behind the number 69 of John Holloman, now hoping that outside groove will pay dividends. Really cool, too, the row behind that, the guy who's held a checkered flag 2 weeks in a row leading into this week, Chris Fleming, the showstopper, moving into the top 6. He's second place in points right now, and he's 4 spots ahead of your points leader right now on double points night, Tim Brown. 33 laps on the scoreboard as they launch out of turn number 4. Little bit of contact. Junior Snow moving to the inside, and he gets there. Side by side, down the backstretch, dancing to the north turn is Brandon Ward on the outside, the hard way around, and he slides it coming out of turn number 4, trying to get the position. Smoke and contact between Ward and Holloman. Holloman hangs on. Give P3 to Brandon Ward. Holloman has got a loose race car right now. He is hanging on for dear life in that car, and now he's got a mirror full of Danny Bone. Danny Bone, who won the Fans Challenge the first time we had a Fans Challenge this year, winning $3,000. Didn't make the top 4 in qualifying because he told me he was going to go for it and try to get that $9,000 bonus, but qualified outside of the top 4. Just behind him, the number 16 of Chris Fleming, who is now in the 6th position, 2 spots ahead of your points leader, Tim Brown. The battle within the battle. Further back in the field, I know we're only 38 laps into this race, but way back in the field sits Burt Myers, who got his first pole of the season in his number 1 machine. And there is Burt trying to get around the Flying Taco. He gets him, looks like he's got the spot going to turn number 3. Myers trying to delicately get to the inside of that number 3. Prost making it hard to get around him. Now can he get a turn and get to the bottom? The Flying Taco holding off Burt Myers. Myers gives him a little shot to the bumper there as they get around the lap car of Gerald Robinson Jr. Running out of patience and running to the outside groove and into the marbles is the number 1. He loses a spot right there to Daniel Beeson. Sometimes it takes about a lap or 2 also to get your car back in tune. Once you get the right side tires right now, 43 laps into this race are hot and sticky. You go up into the marbles. It picks up some of those marbles. For another lap or 2, it's hard to get around this racetrack. But Burt Myers looks like he's settled in, and he's tap into the back bumper of the number 44 of Daniel Beeson.
Oh, and he's going to make a look on the outside.
Oh, wow. I think Beeson gave it to him.
I think he did, too.
Smart.
That looks a little too easy.
Well, we've been talking about like the 14th or 15th position. Burt Myers going for that $9,000 bonus. We're nearing the halfway mark, so it doesn't look good for that driver. But his brother is the leader of this race. The number 4, you see it right there on your screen. Jason Myers, a winner last week in the first Twin 25. And he's got the lead again, a 2nd week in a row. Junior Snow and that unit's moving and storage number 51 right behind him, the former college baseball player, the number 51, one of the slickest looking bodies in the field. But that young man is a very heady race car driver. He's starting to show a little bit of his aggression, but you know, he's had a cool path to get here too. Driving here in a stadium stock, running some mini stock races, went and ran some 602 modified races, and now returned last year back to the stadium in a full-fledged modified, winning a race in his rookie season, and now in his sophomore campaign already has a win. And now that they've figured out this Units 51, they've really been a strong car, a top 5 car every week. 50 laps, halfway into this 100-lap affair at Bowman Gray Stadium. Jason Myers is your leader. 2nd place, Junior Snow. 3rd place, Brandon Ward. 4th place, John Hollam in the 4th. 5th position, give it to Danny Bone, but right now the battle is on for the 2nd position. Brandon Ward has cast out his reel. He's reeled in the Snowman. Ward to the back bumper, hits him a little coming off of turn number 2. Junior Snow washes up, gives him the spot, tries to file back down low. He does so and keeps that 3rd position. Brandon Ward moving him to 2nd.
The Holloman tried to capitalize on that a little bit too, and he shut the door quickly on that 69 and said, I'm not giving up that position.
We have a spin into the infield grass. Goes the driver of the E-Metals number 3. The Flying Taco has entered the cilantro below the racing surface.
Boo.
Cilantro is green? Come on.
Oh, man.
I mean, the guy's got the best fire suit in the history of motorsports. He's got a bow tie, a real one on. It's teal.
That's awesome.
He's a big dude. He's got cows and wagon wheels and UFOs. I love this guy.
I love it.
Spun into the cilantro. Cilantro doesn't look like the infield grass. Yes, Pike, but it is green.
The cilantro, I will say, it came out of left field.
Well,
I was thinking as Pike was lettuce.
I've said that I've said before that he slipped in the salsa.
Oh, see,
So
I do love a verde salsa.
I didn't want to repeat myself. So cilantro just came out. When I think tacos, I think street tacos. I like my tacos with onions and cilantro. Okay? Straight up.
Yep. On a corn tortilla.
Yeah, on a soft corn tortilla. I don't want like my Americanized tacos
Right.
that with the chopped meat and the cheese and the sour cream and like I want a authentic Mexican street taco.
I agree.
Anyway,
Last
folks
time I
at
was
home,
here,
give
we
us
had
your
this
taco
conversation.
preferences on Twitter. Hit us up at Matthew Dillner and probably at Jesse Punch. I'm assuming.
It's J Punch.
J Punch. Okay. Yeah, I don't know it by
It's
heart.
close.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You could correct me.
It's
Look at the fans around this place enjoying a Saturday night here in a beautiful Chamber of Commerce weather. Only about 78 degrees outside currently.
I think I saw someone taking out their phone to text us their taco preference.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Cone is out. To the outside goes Brandon Ward. John Holloman motors his number 69 to the outside. So does the showstopper. Oh, boy. This is going to be a restart for the ages here. The Myers family and and Brandon Ward haven't always gotten along.
That's a good way to put it.
You've got two fierce competitors at the front of your field. One that won just last week. One that's looking for his first win in nearly a year. 58 laps on the board. Jason Myers has the lead. Ward second. Battle is on for third. Holloman, can he get to the bottom? Junior Snow trying his hardest to fill that hole on the bottom. The showstopper sideways off the front straightaway. Tim Brown is at his bumper. That is a big battle there. Burt Myers has used the outside and the restarts to creep into contention. Your top three in points right now. There they are. The 16, the 83, and the number 1. All in a gaggle. Side by side is Tim Brown and Myers. Brown gets him on the bottom, but no, charging back on the outside. Here comes Burt Myers, putting on a show. Now Myers slips back into the 9th position behind Speeney. The battle is on for the lead. The battle is on for 3rd and 4th. There's battles everywhere here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Brandon Ward right to the backside of the number 4. Those two cars have pulled away from the rest of the field. 63 laps on the board. About 15,000 fans circulating this place, some of them standing up and waving their shirts. Myers Brothers Racing shirts, Dirty South shirts. As Jason Myers is your leader, but stalking his back bumper right now is that gray Q104.1 iHeartRadio machine. Now there's Danny Bone, the number 57. Will he make his presence felt here in the top 5? Right behind him, the 16, second place in points. Double points night, right? He's one position in front of your points leader, Tim Brown. That's big right there. He wants to finish in front of Tim Brown. 67 laps on the board here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Jason Myers is your leader. Getting a little bit of distance between he and second place, Brandon Ward. Lap traffic will start to play a factor again. The 99 of Crab Smith pulls to the bottom to get out of the way of your leaders. But now that's opened the door. Here comes Brandon Ward peeking to the bottom. Around the outside of Crab Smith goes Jason Myers. Brandon Ward couldn't take advantage of it. Almost opened the door of opportunity for Ward. .71 laps on the board. Dave Marcus tribute lap for you. Mano y Mano are the two front drivers. Their spotters probably telling them, You've got a mile behind you, man. So this is a duel between two greats of the Bowman Gray Stadium Modified Division. Third place, John Holloman. Yellow flag is out. The yellow has come out on lap 74.
There goes that mile they had.
Yeah, 73, because they didn't trip the line, it looked like. That's going to tighten it up here. You never know what's going to happen with these double file choose cone restarts. I will predict Brennan Ward will take the top, and Junior Snow will take the top, and the 16 will take the top. That's my prediction.
It's a pretty good prediction.
Yes. I think it's going to be a standardized prediction.
Yeah.
The restart cat and mouse games will make it interesting here. We haven't had a very long caution tonight in this race, too. Quickie cautions, a little bit of debris being cleaned up off the racing surface. We should be back to green very shortly.
Yeah, to your point, Dillner, for a 100-lap race, this has actually been pretty tame. You have to wonder if these last 25 laps are going to start to heat up a little bit as we, have this restart here. But I'm kind of surprised. I expected a little more, a few more yellows tonight.
Yeah, a few more yellows, maybe a little bit more drama. But I think you just jinxed it.
Good.
All right, the choose cone next time by, they will put out the choose cone. 75 laps on the board. Let's see if our predictions are right.
Here he goes.
Matt Garrison walking across
Oh,
the front straightaway to put out the cone. Perfect placement.
just beautiful.
Dead center. Actually, I think it's a little bit to the left.
Oh, no, don't critique.
I think it is. I think
The
there's
man
more
knows what
room
he's
to the
doing.
outside.
You don't critique greatness.
Gloves Garrison puts the cone down, and to the outside goes, as predicted, Brennan Ward. Going for the gusto on the outside. As predicted, to the outside goes Junior Snow. Wow, the showstopper chose the inside, so let's move up Tim Brown into the 6th position. Big development there. 76 laps on the board. Green flag is back out. Ward down to the bottom. Holloman and him make contact. Holloman through the dirt. A gaggle of cars sideways. This is going to affect Tim Brown. Tim Brown is involved in the incident. Danny Probst has spun around, but Tim Brown was also collected. He goes from the 6th position. I don't know if they're going to give him his spot back, but if it goes by the blend rule, he will probably be scored in about 12th. There is Tim Brown. You see the damage to the left rear. He got stuck on the 37 machine of Mike Speeney during that caution. Did not cause the caution, so I believe they're putting him back up to 6th position. Whoa, close call. Folks, to set it up, that is your points leader in that orange number 83. He just avoided near disaster on double points night. Let's go to the Flow Racing replay and see what happened right here. There is Brown on the outside. Holloman to the inside, gets kind of squeezed there, and what a save by he. And let's see the mess behind him. You see the orange car right there stuck with Speeney, Mike Speeney in that 37. The three, they're saying the 3 has caused the caution. They're trying to get the lineup set right now. They're holding. They're holding. They're waiting on a ruling. They're waiting on the ruling. They're letting the 75 go. They're now letting the 44 go. Folks, I believe they are scoring that the 83 was involved in the wreck. The crowd is on their feet at Bowman Gray Stadium. Some of them are cheering. Some of them are jeering. It looks like they've moved the 83 towards the rear of the field. The blend rule right now has him at about 10th position or so, according to James Pike. That is not going to be officially his position because they'll choose here on the restart, but somewhere around there. So he's lost about 4 to 5 spots, it looks like, on that incident. So we were wondering, and so was this raucous crowd of 15,000, where Tim Brown would have been ruled if he was a part of that caution or not. And they're saying he was. What do you think, Jesse?
I don't know, to be honest with you, because it's like you said, the three going around is what brought the caution out. The 69, Holloman did an incredible job of saving it after going through the grass. So,
oh, there's a lady that just waved a tissue down here. Some tissues at Tim Brown. These fans are passionate. Oh my gosh. I don't know though, because I mean, he was part of the caution, so I think that's what they're ruling. But then again, devil's advocate, did he stop? I don't think he did. So that's going to be very, very interested right there. So the cone is being rushed out to the front stretch right now. This is your cone lap. Jason Myers will come to the cone and choose the inside as we're 1 lap to go before we restart this 100-lap modified affair. To the outside goes Danny Bone, who spent much of his night in the 5th position. Now he's got a shot from the outside of the front row. John Holloman the 4th. On the bottom, Brandon Ward. Those 2 cars created the contact that resulted in Danny Probst's spin. They are side by side in the 2nd row. The 3rd row, you have your 2nd and 3rd place points guys. Chris Fleming in the number 16 and the 1 of Burt Myers, trying for a $9,000 bonus if he could get up to the top 4. Right now he's in 6th. Lap 81, restart here at Bowman Gray.
Side by side, going into turn 1. The 4's going to hold on to that first position there, but the 57, I thought he was going to go into him there in turn 3, but he kind of held off a bit.
Single file is your top 4 cars, and Burt Myers goes around. Burt Myers is spun in the south turn. His bid for $9K could be over. The crowd is going nuts here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Turns of events. Last caution flag. Saw your points leader have a difficult time. Now Burt Myers spins around. He went from 1st in points 2 weeks ago to 3rd in points, and now he's been spun around in turn number 1. Let's look at the replay here. I believe we have a replay. See what happened, if we can get a look at what happened. Burt Myers to the bottom, and Lee Jeffries gets into him. Remember, folks, about 5 weeks ago, Burt Myers hit Lee Jeffries, causing him to spin and giving Burt Myers the win. Was that payback?
Here at Bowman Gray,
look at the bumper.
I'm going to guess yes.
Lee Jeffries is a guy that, well, he's a very clean race car driver, but he races people like the way they race him. He felt like that move several weeks ago was dirty. He told me so himself. Well, guess what? I think he may have gotten him back. Burt Myers goes from starting in the rear, coming up to challenge for a $9,000 bonus. Of course, he's 3rd place in points. He wants that points lead. And now he's got to go all the way to the back again with just 15 laps to go. Choose cone is out. Let's see who chooses what. You know Danny Bone's going to the outside. Here we go. Show the front. Choose cone is out. Bone to the outside, all the way from the 5th position to the 4th position is Brandon Ward. He chooses the outside. Gosh, these double file choose cone restarts are electrifying here at Bowman Gray. 5th place, the number 16 of Chris Fleming. 8th place for your points leader. Green flag is back out here, coming off of turn number 4. Side by side, they drag race to the south turn. Jason Myers on the bottom. Danny Bone fighting hard on the top. Bone hangs it out on the outside, trying to crab walk his way on the outside of that machine. Now he's got the bottom, files into 2nd place. 1, 2, 3, 4, single file. Give the 5th position now to the number 16, the showstopper. Right behind him, a gaggle of cars side by side. The 51 stuck on the outside now is your points leader. The orange number 83 of Tim Brown. There it is. Look at Jeffries get into the junior snow. There goes to 83. He's going backwards. This could be a big swing in the point standings right now. Your points leader is mired back 4 spots behind your second place points man, Chris Fleming, who now sits in 5th. Burt Myers fighting his way around the outside of Mike Speeney, desperately trying to march his way to the front. He's behind Tim Brown right now. Let's see what he does to the back bumper of Brown. He gives him a shot in the north turn. The fans are on their feet at Bowman Gray Stadium. The two Titans are going at it, bumper to bumper. 93 laps on the board this time around. Bonus probably out the window for the number 1, but can he get around Tim Brown and gain valuable points on double points night? Gives him a shot again. There it is. Burt Myers is all over the back bumper, and just in front of them is the number 75 of Lee Jeffries. Let's keep an eye on this battle as we're in the closing laps. Jason Myers has stretched out his lead. The fans all right now are looking at those 2 cars. Tim Brown, Burt Myers in about the 10th position right now. Your points leader, the number 83 going into this event. Burt Myers to his back bumper. Anticipation station here at Bowman Gray Stadium as the fans are on their feet for a battle all the way back there in the field. The rivalry has been brewing all season long between these drivers and even the driver of the 75. Bumper to bumper they go, accordion style through the north turn. 2 laps to go. Coming off the north turn to the white flag is the driver of the number 4. Myers gives him another shot in the north turn. Burt Myers, but on the backstretch, here comes his little brother. For the 40th time in his career, Jason Myers wins at Bowman Gray Stadium. Burt Myers trying on the outside valiantly and almost gets the spot. Now gives Tim Brown a shot. Tim Brown slows up his car, brake checks him. Burt Myers refires his machine. These two do not lack a rivalry. There's no love letters between these two. They're not on each other's Christmas card list, that's for sure. And the fans here know it and love it. But the Myers family triumphs tonight. Myers Brothers Racing is on top here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Another historic win for the driver of the number 4. Last week, he won a race that moved him above his father, Gary Myers, with his 39th win. Gary Myers, his father, with 38 career wins here. And now, just 1 week later, Jason Myers triumphs again. And he will visit Carolina Wood Floors Victory Lane after holding this checkered flag that has Bowman Gray Stadium etched on it, rounding the north turn and coming to a sea of friends, family, and fans on the front stretch awaiting him to arrive to the start-finish line. Folks, there's a reason they call it the Madhouse. Let's go down to Randy Pulliam in Victory Lane for the mob scene. Jason Myers is the winner of the Fox 8 WGHP 100.
Congratulate Jason Myers. Jason Myers calling for that checkered flag. And here it comes. And here comes Jason Myers. Jason, win number 3 on the season. number 40 of your career. Didn't have the best qualifying time, but I think you probably need to give some thanks. Who drew for you on the redraw?
I did. I wanted to let my son do it, and honestly, I was aggravated because I wanted to be in the top 4. I wanted to go to that $9 grand. I'm glad I didn't. I mean, as bad as we need that $9,000, I tell you what, this win right here is awful special, man. I tell you, it's tough, man. It's tough. These guys gave me some good competition tonight. Those restarts are crucial, man. All it takes is one bad restart, but we hit our marks right every time, and we had a hell of a race car. And yeah, we had a good draw. What can I say?
And here's your dad coming in to give his thanks and congratulate you. 40 wins in your career, and I know you've got some folks you need to thank.
Absolutely. I got to thank my spotter, Brant. He's been through a lot this week. He's got his head up, and you can't tell me that ain't partly why we ended up in Victor Lane tonight. Karma, they say karma's a B word, but boy, she's awful sweet sometimes. I got to thank Greg Butcher Trucking, Affordable Towing. I don't know, I hope Daryl and Nikki came out here to get their picture made. There he is. QRC, I don't know if Trey and them are here. I sure hope so. John Dotson, put some good horsepower under this thing, brother. I appreciate it. Mark Moorfield, it wouldn't run down the straightaway without y'all. Mark Joyce, MJ Graphics, Elk Outfitters, Auto Store, North Carolina, Carolina Drilling, Jason Tutterow, cannot forget him. And my beautiful wife, my beautiful kids, everybody. It takes a whole effort of people to make this work, and I couldn't do it without every one of them.
How about it, Madhouse fans? Let's hear it for Jason Myers. Win number 3. 40.
Wow, win number 3 on the season for Jason Myers. He is having a good season. You see his mother there, Pam, his father, Gary, celebrating this with him. Of course, talking there about his crew member. We call him Panda, who was involved in that little incident with Tim Brown. But let's take a break here on Flow Racing. After his 40th career win, Jason Myers celebrates, and we'll be back with the second of twin sportsman features. A lot of racing to come on Flow Racing.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on night 1091 of racing here at historic Bowman Gray Stadium. We've got the second Twin 20 set for the Sportsman Division, the McDowell Heating and Air Sportsman Division. Let's give you the starting lineup for this feature event tonight. Starting on the pole in the number 13, a Wally head from Wahlberg, North Carolina. The Mike Robertson 13, it's Blake Chenault. And to the outside, the two-time Stadium Stock champion, the black number 22 from Advance, North Carolina, it's Wesley Thompson.
Starting in the third position, driving that number 38 from Thomasville, North Carolina, it's Mitch Gales. And in the 54, starting fourth from Wahlberg, Braden Mills.
Starting fifth tonight, the young man from Louisville, North Carolina, actually is listed as Lexington. The Camnall Construction Machine for Connor Branch. And to the outside, can he hang on for more than 8 seconds? Well, let's try 20 laps, excuse me. For the driver of the Carolina Cowboys, number 15, it's T. Dawson.
Tiger Tommy Neal driving that number 21 is starting in the 7th position. And Amber Lynn starting in the 8th position, driving that number 2. Those two drivers finished 8th and 7th in our first race tonight.
Starting 9th tonight, the 07, the Walkertown Auto Sales Machine from Walkertown, a 4-time winner here, the real deal, Riley Neal. And to the outside, a 4-time winner this year in the ever-ready mixed concrete, number 19, it's Michael Adams.
In that number 31, that's your points leader, Chase Robertson, starting in the 11th position. And Justin Taylor, he finished 3rd earlier this evening, driving that number 12, starting in 12th.
And your last row, the second place finisher in the last race in the Duggins Welding West Y Beard Company, number 03 from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. The car looks like it's the LA Raiders. Folks, it's Sterling Plemons. And then starting 14th tonight, oh, lonely. At the back of the field is the race winner from Sportsman Race number 1 and the Jerry Johnson Motors number 55 from Winston-Salem, the aggressive Zach Orr. 14 cars lined up for you. There is the Walkabout Flooring, number 2 car of Amber Lynn. Mark Robinson for governor on that car. And the number 31 to her inside of Chase Robertson, your points leader on double points night here at Bowman Gray Stadium. And Zach Orr, the number 55, with that win, that's going to get him closer and closer in the standings to the number 31. No, they're obsolete now, unless you want me to reference them as going into this night. These cars have fired up, and the Carolina Wood Floors buggy has left. Folks, if you haven't been to Bowman Gray, the Carolina Wood Floors Victory Lane is cool. You know, there's a little buggy here that's Victory Lane, okay? There's so many things that are so unique here at Bowman Gray Stadium. And on the backstretch, going down the backstretch now, going into the north turn and about to exit the ramp there, is Carolina Wood Floors Victory Lane. Have you seen anything cooler? It's Bowman Gray, man.
I love it. It's so cute.
It is. I'll agree with you. It is cute.
It's cute.
It's cute. Carolina Wood Floors always sponsoring Victory Lane here for a long time. So many great sponsors. You see those billboards surrounding this quarter-mile oval. There's a reason why people sponsor race cars here. There's a reason why people sponsor this racetrack. And it's simple. 15,000 people on a night like this. The capacity here, there's Flow Racing. Hey, capacity here is 16,900 people. Racing Electronics, I see Kevin Hughes is here tonight. Kevin Powell Motorsports right there. Advance Auto Parts. True Liant was a sponsor of last week's races. So many great sponsors here. This track packs them in. You've got fans. You've got atmosphere unlike anything in the country. And then Colors Edge, they'll be the sponsor of next week's Sportsman 100 here. Folks, this is the place to be if you're a sponsor, a fan, or even us in the booth.
Well, because it's like you're saying, this is the place to be on a Saturday night in Winston-Salem.
Look at those kids. They think it's the place to be, right?
That's awesome.
I love
How
this shot.
fun to be a kid and get to spend your Saturday night here at Bowman Gray.
I know
yelling at race
my
cars.
kid's mad at me tonight.
Because you didn't bring him?
I didn't bring him.
Oh, I'd be mad at you too.
Yeah.
In fact, I am mad at you now.
My only kid right now is Pike. Pike's my quasi-kid tonight. He was walking around with me, meeting these drivers all day today because he's going to be filling in for me in, 2 weeks, Pike? I think 2 weeks. I won't be here, so you fans can rejoice. I'm not here every week. Oh, look at that little baby enjoying himself.
Their parents brought them tonight.
Oh, the guilt
nice.
trip. Oh, man, I hope Hudson's in bed and not watching this. He loves
Hudson,
coming
I'm
to
on
Bowman
your
Gray
team.
Stadium. There's nothing like it. He's 7 years old, and he's been captured by the essence of this place and the excitement of it. It's hard to be a kid here and not be excited. Well, I'm excited right now because they're about to drop the rag on twin number 2 for the McDowell Heating and Air Sportsman Division. Green flag is out. Riley Neal to the lead in turn number 1 and 2. Chase Robertson on the bottom of Wes Thompson's car. Thompson goes to the back right now pretty fast. He goes from the P2 spot. He's going to be P4, trying to get to the bottom right now. And he does. The battle for the bottom. Riley Neal, the real deal, is out front in this race. There is Justin Taylor, the number 12, putting a bumper to the number 22. The number 22 enters this race with no hood, no nose, no left front fender, no right front fender. No fenders, no problem.
Who needs it?
There's Michael Adams peeking to the inside of Donkey Strong Justin Taylor. Gives him a little tip-tap in the north turn. Adams with 4 wins on the season in that number 19 machine. Second generation superstar here at Bowman Gray. Now he's got the bottom. He moves his number 19 through the center of the corner. Give him that spot. P5 for the number 19 as we have a spinner. T. Dawson didn't make it 8 laps. He doesn't get a qualifying run. The Carolinas Cowboys machine, the number 15, has spun. I love you, T. He's going to pick on me for that next week. I know he is. But look at that beautiful machine. I love that blue on there. Carolina Cowboys, PBR team. You know, I'm not talking about the beer. I'm talking about PBR bull riding, man. That's cool. Great sport. Well, 4 laps on the board here for the McDowell Heating and Air Sportsman Division. You see Mitch Gales right in front of that yellow machine. That's his old car, that number 38. You know, he had a brand new race car last year. It looked really cool at the beginning of the year. He's been having troubles with it. He's wrecked it a few times. That's the old faithful right there, the number 38. Talking to him, and his confidence is low, that great veteran. I hate to see that because he's just one of the likable guys here. And you got to have a field full of veterans in this field, you know, likable guys like him, veterans that come here each week. And we're always thankful for guys like that come here and race every week. Guys like Gales make this field what it is. 4 laps on the board, 14 sportsman cars ready to take the green. Calling the caution again. I believe we have debris. Something was going on there. Debris or something being pointed out by a fan, but it appears not. That's okay. Rather be safe than sorry. This track crew does such a great job here, led by Jimmy Brown. The scorers up here, 2 booths to the left of me, hand scoring this race, do such a fantastic job. Gray Garrison, the promoter here at Bowman Gray, just to the booth to the left of us. Richard Miller, the whole gang here. Star Clifton giving us the lineups for Flow Racing. So many people that work here. Lauren Penniless doing PR, managing. Dale Penniless. The staff here at Bowman Gray Stadium is a class act and really helps us out with Flow Racing. Even though we might say this place is archaic, it doesn't have timing and scoring and stuff, this is a well-oiled machine, and it's been that way for so many years. 74 years of racing here, celebrating the 75th anniversary of NASCAR Motorsports here at Bowman Gray Stadium.
Well, and you call it archaic, but we remember that it's a choice to keep it this way.
It's
this
awesome.
place chooses to celebrate the history and the roots that it was built on, and that's one of the many reasons why we love it so much.
Well, loving life right now in the front of the field is the 07, but boy, we have a geyser behind it. Wesley Thompson, that car, the radiator on that 22 is gone bye-bye. You see it shooting out steam, water all over the racetrack, but should evaporate rather quickly. But the night will be over for that Dylan Ward built number 22. Beautiful machine right there. But not such a great way to end the night for Wesley Thompson. Second place, Chase Robertson in the number 31 machine. 4 wins on the season, tied for the Top Gun Award. The Top Gun Award here is who in the division wins the most wins of the season. So with that win last week, it ties Michael Adams, both of them with 4 wins on the season. That kid has had one heck of a year. He won a race earlier this year, left the track to go to prom. He's graduated high school. He's played in championship tournaments with Oak Grove High School baseball. He's hurt his hand and broke his thumb, and some damage with his wrist. He's been racing through that with a cast on his hand. He actually brought his steering wheel to the doctors to make sure they could mold it. Several drivers playing hurt tonight, throughout this whole field, including Amber Lynn. Amber Lynn, seeing her, she got I think it was like 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, she injured her thumb out here racing, and she's a tough cookie right there, Amber Lynn. She's been playing through the pain, got like kind of a soft cast deal on it now, so it's a lot easier for her. Riley Neal, the real deal, your leader, 6 laps into this 20-lap twin feature number 2 for the Sportsman division. Could be a really good night for Chase Robertson as he went into this deal. Only, 10 points up on Zach Orr, who won the first feature. So right now, if he can finish ahead of Orr, that'll be great for him. Look at that baby. That baby's got some good ear protection there. Good job, Daddy. Daddy's got sunglasses on. He's pretty cool. He wears his sunglasses at night.
Any dad that brings their kid to Bowman Gray on a Saturday night like that is a cool dad.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I think he doesn't know it yet, but I think I'm going to try to bring him to Riverhead Raceway on the weekend where I'm gone from here, a track that I grew up at, and he has never been there. He keeps a track list on my phone, which is really funny because it's like my track list I think is, I don't know, like 215, somewhere in there. And he's like, Daddy, I want a track list. I'm like, all right, buddy, we can do that, you know. I mean, you want a track list, bud? We'll make you a darn track list. So I keep a track list on the phone for him, and let's see if I can scroll to it. And he is up to, he's 7 years old, and he's up to 28 racetracks. That's
awesome.
So 28
really
racetracks,
cool.
and 29 would be Riverhead Raceway, a place that I grew up at. That would be pretty good one for him. He's not doing too bad, so let's go easy on old Daddy here for not having him at Bowman Gray.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I feel guilty as it is, but I knew it was going to be a late night. He had camp all week with Connect Christian preschool camp and Windshape camp, and he was exhausted yesterday. Poor little guy.
You're being a good dad.
Thank you. Anyway, I'm sure he's in bed right now, but if he isn't, he's watching this restart. 6 laps in. First to the loud pedal is the real deal, Riley Neal. Second place, Chase Robertson. The Duggins Welding Machine quietly in third place. That is Sterling Clemens. Now the battle is on for the 4th position. Zach Orr is tapping to the back bumper of the number 19 of Michael Adams. Adams dances sideways out of turn number 4. Zach Orr looking to the bottom. The 19 exposing his entry just a little bit there, but he has some speed too through the center of that corner. Good battle right here of 2 very aggressive race car drivers. Adams, a 4-time winner. Zach Orr won the last race, the first of the Twin 2020s tonight. Impressed with the way the 55 has run in recent weeks. He's kind of been a magnet in this division at times to some controversy, to contact. I mean, it's hard to race around a football field without some of it. But I'll tell you what, I've been very impressed with the racecraft that the 55 has used. Talk about the word racecraft a lot, but racecraft, as you see the number 31 there, racecraft is how you manage your race car, how you drive the corner, how you manage your entire race. And, you don't have to pass somebody in one corner. Chase Robertson is a kid that's learned a lot of racecraft pretty early in his sophomore season. Right now, this field being led by 2 sophomore Sportsman drivers. Riley Neal at the front. There's the number 31 of Chase Robertson in second position. 12 laps on the board. The Duggins Welding 03 gives a tap to the back bumper of the number 31 in the north turn. The 03 thinks he's a little bit faster. Let's see how he can navigate, try to get around the 31. Robertson using the bottom line in the entry of the corner, slowly on the bottom, rotating and slowly off the bottom, off. That makes it very difficult to pass here unless you use a little bit of the front bumper. It's what we call defensive driving at Bowman Gray Stadium. Here comes Michael Adams. He's cripping into the picture as well. The furious and fast number 19. He's in fourth position. He's reeled in the top 3. Adams hasn't visited Victory Lane in a number of weeks. I don't know if he's got time to do it. There's only 3 laps to go, but it's double points night right now. He wants to make up as many spots as he can. Zach Orr is 3 spots to the rear of Chase Robertson, who is in second. 2 laps to go for Riley Neal, the young third-generation driver. His father has been a Sportsman champion here at Bowman Gray Stadium. His grandfather, or Papa as they call him, he calls him his Papa, a multi-time champion here at Bowman Gray Stadium. And now the white flag is out. Checkered flag is actually out. Riley Neal, your race winner. Career win number 5 for the sophomore sensation from Walkertown, North Carolina. There he is, stopping at pit exit. Look at this. Riley Neal is going to take the American flag for a lap around Bowman Gray Stadium. They call this kid the real deal, and there's a reason. We were talking about racecraft just a little while ago, and this driver right here has really been showing his stuff in the McDowell Heating and Air Sportsman Division, especially this season. Okay, last year a rookie. Sometimes a little rough around the edges as he's coming up to his papa on the backstretch. But, you know, the real deal's really showing it. Last week, 2nd and 6th in the Twin 25s. And tonight, revisiting Victory Lane.
Well, and he came into tonight only 13 points back in the standings. So with double points tonight, a 6th place finish earlier, and now a win.
Yeah, it's a
good
night.
night.
Definitely
Jinx.
a big night. Garage Doors of the Triad, Lindley Plumbing, a family sponsor on board. His 3rd win of the season. Let's go down to a very raucous Victory Lane and Randy Pulliam.
A jubilant crew down here awaiting Riley Neal's exit from that car number 07. Here he comes. Helmet on. Win number 3 on the season. Riley. Let's turn around here so our folks from Flow Racing can see you. Riley, 3rd win of the season. You came in 3rd in the points. Your 5th win of your Bowman Gray Stadium career. It must feel great.
Oh, yeah, man, it feels amazing. I just can't give enough thanks to the Lord for letting me do this every day, blessing my family, all my sponsors, me, everybody. I'll jump to my sponsors. I can't thank Justin Dillon and everybody at Walkertown Auto Sales enough, Joe Tilley at Walkertown Pole and Gun, CNC Lock and Key, Garage Doors of the Triad, Gossett's Landscape Nursery. We miss you, Philip. He's in Pennsylvania this weekend. Triad Custom Trim, one of the biggest, Lindley Plumbing, Walkertown Mill, Jeremy and everybody there. I'm going to dedicate this win to Dash Stoltz. His birthday is Wednesday. And what? And Aiden, one of my sponsors' daughter's birthday is today. So,
Congratulations once again, Madhouse.
Oh, Riley Neal right there. The 89th win for the Neal family keeps them at 6th all-time in family wins here at Bowman Gray Stadium. It's a family affair. And guess what? We've got a lot of racing left. The Buzz Bombers, 2 features for the stadium stocks are next on Flow Racing. Stay tuned.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to historic Bowman Gray Stadium. Oh boy, let's get you the starting lineup. The first race for the Buzz Bombers, as I like to call them. We used to call them that in the past. The Stadium Stocks, the Q104.1 Stadium Stocks are ready for 2 feature events to thrill you fans here at Bowman Gray Stadium and on Flow Racing. Let's go to the starting lineup. Starting first, making his return to Bowman Gray Stadium. Actually, that's the different lineup than the one that's on the track right now, but we'll go to the actual lineup for the track right now. Number 1 starting position for a guy making his return. It's Robert Straminska in the number 95. Wrong lineup, just lose it. Starting second in the 01 machine, Joel Stewart.
Starting third in that 58, David Beauchamp. And starting fourth, Zach Cameron in that number 97.
Starting 5th tonight from Lexington, North Carolina, will be the driver of the number 48 machine, Junior Smith. To the outside, the number 4 car of Dean Lauder.
Sydney Sanders is driving that number 11 and starting in the 7th position. And starting 8th from Moxville and driving that number 46, Tyler Bush.
Starting 9th tonight, welcome back, Flipper. The number 28 Davey Allison tribute paint scheme car. From Germantown, North Carolina, it's the veteran Robert Mabe. And to the outside of the Bojangles of North Wilkesboro machine, the 98, it's Darrell Foster.
Driving that number 2, starting in the 11th position from Advance, North Carolina, Carson Reed. And driving the number 14 from King, North Carolina, Ken Bridges, starting 12th.
13th position sees the Miller Creek, North Carolina driver, the number 41, Austin Shoemate. And to the outside, the Lexington, North Carolina driver of Blake Spears in the number 23.
Another King, North Carolina native starting in the 15th position. That's Jeremy Smith behind the wheel of that 55. And Ricky Wall from East Bend, North Carolina, driving the number 26. He starts 16th.
A field of 16 stadium stockers are ready to do battle. 46, blue and pink. 46, blue and pink. There's Ricky Wall, the number 26 machine, towards the back of the field there. There is the number 46 of Tyler Bush. Great run for him last week. He's filling in. That car is normally run by one of the front runners of the stadium stocks, Wyatt Sapp, who broke his hand, suffered a hand injury outside of the race car. And he's taking a week or 2 or 3 off. I think he's going to be back in 2 weeks. But right now, Tyler Bush driving that car. Here we go. Stadium stock race number 1. The Billy Cameron-owned machine starts him off, and that number 95, Robert Straminska, leads the field into the south turn. There's mayhem all over the place. The 41's in the grass. There's cars all over. Side by side, you're seeing some great battles. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. All sorts of battles going on here on the front straightaway. As Robert Straminska has pulled out to the lead. Here comes Tyler Busch, Wyatt Sapp's machine, the cotton candy machine to the bottom of Reed, the number 2. That car is fast. Tyler Busch is a very good stadium stock racer. Good to see him back behind the wheel of a car once again. Now give him P4 as he charges really aggressively out of turn number 4.
Easily picks up 2 positions there.
Robert Straminska is in the lead. The Grease Bug car is right behind him. David Beauchamp in the orange number 58. Grease Bug all over the back bumper, greasing that back bumper up of Straminska. Stramiska, a former car chief of Austin Dillon's machine, an employee of RCR Racing. He is driving, not his car, he usually drives a number 90 here. He hasn't been back here since he wrecked that car weeks ago. Now Billy Cameron giving him a chance in his number 95. There is Wyatt Sapp coming to the back bumper of the number 48 of Junior Smith. Excuse me, not Sapp. Tyler Busch. I'm so used to seeing Sapp in that cotton candy machine, but there is Tyler Busch diving his way to the bottom. Lap traffic trying to play a pick here, but he gets around him. P3. Now the battle is back on for the lead. Through lap traffic, Stramiska trying to hold off a ferocious charge by the Grease Bug. The Grease Bug slides it into the north turn. This is a pretty good battle. Best we've seen that 58 run all season long. Lap traffic going to play a factor again. The 41 of Shoemate on the bottom. The Millers Creek driver trying to stay out of the way. Moves his 41 now. Spin. Your leader in second place car go around in the infield grass at the 50-yard line. Yellow flag is out. And first and second place, well, no more. I think it's safe to say that Stramiska has spun about 5 times in this caution. He's getting all the spins out of the way in one yellow flag.
Just putting on a little extra show.
I don't know what happened there. I don't know if there was contact. I know they were trying to get around a lap car. Let's see on the replay here, folks. Look closely, kind of get around the Shoemate car. Oh, the Grease Bug gets into him. Wow. And he spins himself out in the process, Jesse.
That's tough.
Well, Grease Bug had a heck of a run going, but not so much. Now to the back of the field goes the 58. And guess who gets the lead? The guy that we highlighted before the start of this race. The driver of the cotton candy machine, Wyatt Sapp's number 46, Tyler Busch.
And Tyler started this race 8th, and he's worked his way up now. Going to restart first after our 2 leaders just, unfortunately, had that incident, took each other out there on that last caution.
That's a way to inherit the lead, right? He didn't really have to work for it. That's kind of nice.
Didn't have to work for the lead, but it's been fun watching him make his way up through the field here. He's been working for those positions.
You know what's more fun than watching Tyler Busch get to the lead?
Donuts?
Yeah. So how's your night? Wait, how's your night so far, Jesse? I'm gonna eat a donut.
Well, Dillner, I'll talk slow, give you time for 2. My night's been great. It's hard to have anything but a great night when you're spending it here at Bowman Gray Stadium.
Aw.
It's true.
And this is the most Dillner punch booth ever. Did you know that? Because we have Little Donuts. Oh, there's Zach Taylor's Little Donuts. The superstars of the Midway here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Carnival food everywhere for bring your kids, bring your wife, bring your cousin, bring your friend, bring your friend's dog. Actually, I don't think they allow dogs here, but bring anybody you can to the confines of Bowman Gray Stadium for a Saturday night here of short track excitement. $12 to get in here. And yes, we have the most Dillner Punch booth ever. We've got little donuts, and we've got Punch has like 7 Celsiuses lined up here in the booth. She's like putting them down, feature after feature.
Oh man, I'm buzzing like these guys are.
Oh boy, she's got some energy. She's bouncing off the walls like Ricochet Rabbit. Here we go, coming to green, 10 laps into this 15-lap race. Cotton Candy up front, speaking of carnivals. Now the battle is on for second. Smith right there, Junior Smith. Here comes the number 2 of Carson Reed. Reed looking to the bottom. That's the battle on the track right now as we have 4 laps to go. Smith trying to hold off the number 2 of Reed. The 48's got to watch out about exposing his entry there, but man, he got a good run coming off of turn number 4. Now Reed washes up. Carson Reed to the bottom. Junior Smith washes up. Give Reed the bottom. Give him the spot. P2 for the number 2.
That 2 able to take over that second position, but that Cotton Candy 46 is in a league of his own. I mean, he is just cruising now through these final laps. 6 laps to go, to be exact.
White flag is actually out.
Oh,
White
1
flag
lap. I'm sorry. That's
is out, and Tyler Busch now entering the north turn, and he will exit the north turn. A race winner, the Cotton Candy Machine, takes the checkered flag.
Sorry, that was my stellar math on display there, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
not good at math, so you're good. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't know what happened there, but a car entered the track. Did you see that? Right in front of your leader. I don't know what the heck
missed it.
happened there. That's 23. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The Cotton Candy Machine, folks. Boys and girls in the grandstands watching on Flow Racing. Oh, boy. Jacqueline Drake nicknamed this car weeks ago. It's blue and pink. And it's a fan favorite, and it's a car we've been waiting to get a checkered flag here. And, of course, Wyatt Sapp has so masterfully driven this car so consistently throughout its tenure here at Bowman Gray, the young race car driver. But having a hand injury forcing him out of the seat, he puts his buddy Tyler Busch behind the wheel. Tyler Busch says he hasn't run here, is running the B part. There's 2 features for the stadium stocks. He's running the B part of the group. They split him up. And he gets a win here at Bowman Gray Stadium. This is awesome to see the Sapp number 46 in victory lane. And Tyler Busch, oh boy. Tyler Busch, so exciting around in turn number 4. You see him getting into the gas and getting the photographs as he pulls into victory lane. Sanders Speed Shop and DL Outfitters on board. The Cotton Candy Machine celebration is on. Cotton Candy is going to fly everywhere. Let's go down to victory lane and Randy Pulliam.
Tyler Busch unbuckling, taking off his helmet. As he exits, let him hear it. Tyler Busch picks up the win. Tyler filled in admirably for Wyatt. I know it's got to be exciting to be back in victory lane.
Yes, sir. Actually never won here before. Tried for a few years, didn't have too good of luck, and finally got it done tonight. But first of all, I got to thank Wyatt Sapp. He had a little incident. I think he broke his hand a few weeks ago. So we filled in for him, and I got to give a huge thanks to Jonathan Cook and Luke Smith. I mean, without them two, we would have never even dreamt about being here this week. They busted their tails on this car all week long, and here we are.
I know you got some sponsors you'd like to.
Oh, boy. Great win for Tyler Busch. He becomes the 146th career winner in the Stadium Stock Division. That young man, number 46, career win, 146. We've got the big boys of the Stadium Stocks coming up next to wrap up things on Bowman Gray Stadium. Flow Racing will be up next. Let's go to a quick break, and we'll come back with the Stadium Stockers.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making? Or savor the present moment? That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem. With a rich history of reinventing itself. Here
So cool to see Tyler Busch win his 54th career start, and he finally gets it done, his first career win at Bowman Gray Stadium. Let's give you the starting lineup. The A group, the big dogs of the stadium stocks, are on track right now. Starting on the pole from North Wilkesboro, in the Mako of North Wilkesboro, number 50, it's Terry Torrance. And then the Tysingers Lawn Care, number 27, to his outside from Tobaccoville, North Carolina, it's Austin Cates.
Starting third behind the wheel of that number 40, that's Kenny Dixon. And beside Kenny, driving that number 51, starting fourth, Andrew Cates.
Starting P5 tonight is your points leader, the Jerry Hunt Super Centers, number 24 from Mocksville, North Carolina. It's the great A.J. Sanders. And to the outside, his son from Mocksville, North Carolina, sitting in fifth in points, the number 8 of Steven Sanders.
He's fourth in the points heading into tonight, driving that number 59, starting in the seventh position. That's Isaac Harris. And Boonville, North Carolina native, driving that number 60. That's Brad Michalowski, starting eighth.
Michalowski coming off his best finish last week. Starting ninth, the number 74, the Budget Blinds machine, the Mustang from Walnut Cove. It's Matt Alley. To the outside, the Little Donuts, number 81 from Lexington, North Carolina, five-time winner this season. It's Chuck Wall.
Brandon Krotz behind the wheel of that number 69, starting 11th. And Chris Allison, the Mocksville native, starting 12th.
You know what car he's in? Pintang. Sorry, I had to do it.
We love the Pintang.
Starting 13th tonight in the number 43, the Infinity Insurance Group machine, has won 2 weeks in a row. The number 43, it's Brendan Lee Brendel, and then to his outside, the 71, fresh off a nice third-place finish last week. The driver from Mocksville, the father of Pintang, it's James Allison.
The 25 of Matt Goodwin is starting in that 15th position, with Justin Owens behind the wheel of that 54, starting 16th.
And drawing a bad pill today, let's just say that. Starting all the way back in 17th is the driver of the number 16, another Little Donuts machine, also Twin Brothers Construction on board, that number 16, the second-generation driver from Lexington, Blaine Curry. And to the outside in the Koger Plumbing, number 18, the Winston-Salem driver, it's Billy Andrews.
You know, that's what they call me, the Little Donuts machine.
You've been the Little Donuts machine tonight. I haven't been. I've been going low and slow on the Little Donuts. I might be in a race car just for fun in a few weeks, and I've got to trim some weight.
Look, I am so good on my diet until I'm here at Bowman Gray in the booth on a Saturday night, and it's like
okay.
I just can't stop.
Sundrop and Little Donuts.
Sundrop and Little Donuts.
That's Saturday night in Carolina, baby. Woo! Here we go. Well, there's 0 laps right now on the scoreboard. That's because the modern Chevrolet Blazer is pulled in at about the 5-yard line, and we're ready to go racing here for the stadium stocks. Terry Torrance leads him to green. Austin Cates on the outside, using the outside, and he makes it work. Give the number 27 the lead.
Tough start for that 51 of Andrew Cates, though. He got pushed to the outside and is quickly losing positions.
Yeah, while Kate struggles there, the guy climbing into third and now trying to get into second position is that blue number 24 of A.J. Sanders. Sanders on the outside. Lots of cars sideways around this track, but the masters of the division are rising to the top. A.J. Sanders in second. Chuck Wall now battling for the third position. Wall on the outside of Torrance. Here comes Chuck Wall, one of the fastest cars in the field. But now the battle is on for the lead. Austin Cates in the number 27, trying to hold off the number 24 of A.J. Sanders. But no, Sanders to the bottom. Give him the lead going into the north turn. 3 laps on the board, 4 laps clicks on the board, and here comes Chuck Wall. He's going to follow suit. Give Chuck Wall P2. The 2 veterans, 1-2. Tysinger's lawn care machine in third. And speaking of lawn care, the budget blinds machine of Matt Alley has spun his Mustang into the infield grass. The caution call, 811 before you dig yellow flag, is out. There's the Big Daddy's concrete repair. Number 74 races some at Wake County. Races a lot here at Bowman Gray Stadium, and a very likable guy is the number 74, but he doesn't look too happy right now. I wonder if he got a bumper by somebody. Let's see. We'll see what happened here. Replay. Oh, Justin Owens was behind him. I don't know if, yeah, it looked like Justin Owens was behind him. I don't know if there was a bumper. It's too far away to tell. But obviously disappointed. Man, a lot of cars in this field. I love this car right here, okay? The number 60 car of Brad Michalowski. Ellis Cart Pond, really cool sponsor. Ellis Cart Pond on the side of that car. You don't see that often, but I want to start, I love nicknames, right? I'm going to call this the Stubby Stang. Look at that thing. It's all stubby. It's all shortened. It's kind of cool looking. Almost looks like a dirt car in many ways, but fresh off of a really good finish last week. A 6th place finish for that driver, Brad Michalowski. Great run for him, so awesome to see somebody like that making steps and making gains here in the Stadium Stock Division.
The Stubby Stang, I like that. So we got the Pintang and the Stubby Stang in the field tonight.
Oh, boy. And we've got the great A.J. Sanders in the lead. It's America, folks. Green flag. Well, we talked about the Battle of the Titans. We get a Battle of the Titans out front here. But the battle right now is on for 3rd place as Isaac Harris sideways throws his number 59 to the bottom of Austin Cates. Oh, boy, dirt tracking it is Harris. Give him P3. Steven Sanders now fills the hole. Give him the 4th spot on double points night. A.J. Sanders has lost his points lead. Little by little by little, the driver of the blue number 24 that's in the lead. That's because Brendan Lee Brendel, the white 43, has been winning races and finishing in front of him. But tonight, that number 24 you see on your screen is 5 spots to the good. But no, trouble off of the turn number 4. Cates goes around and he almost takes out your 2nd place guy in points. Still going green here. The Tysinger's lawn care machine rejoins from the football field to the pavement and still staying green. He's slow. Now we have a yellow flag. Terry Torrance has spun also into the infield grass. Let's take a look at those standings if we can here. Before this night started, A.J. Sanders, your leader of this race, he kept on losing his point lead just little by little to Brendan Lee Brendel there in 2nd, who has got his 3rd win of the season last week. Blaine Curry had a tough week last week, and he starts in the rear tonight on double points night. So he's all the way up to 5th position right now. So these points are very sensitive, and right now the 24 who's in the points lead is 5, 6 spots ahead of Brendan Lee Brendel right now, that 43. So Sanders might extend his lead here on double points night. Isaac Harris sits in 4th in points. Right now, he sits 3rd on the racetrack. Chuck Wall, after getting DQ'd, you see him back there in 5th in points. He got DQ'd a few weeks ago, or he would have been way higher in the standings. You see he has 5 wins on the season. Lights are out on the modern Chevrolet Blazer Pace vehicle. 10 laps in, 5 laps to go on night 1091 at Bowman Gray Stadium. Don't underestimate the Buzz Bombers. They may be what some people would call the entry-level class here, but they are a favorite to the race fan. Green flag is back out as they buzz into turn number 1 and turn number 2. 2 veterans masking each other around this track in each other's tire tracks. They've raced together throughout the Carolinas. Sometimes they've gotten into each other, but such great respect between 2 of the best mini stock competitors in this region. Blaine Curry continues his march to the front. He's now earning that 4th position right now underneath Steven Sanders. There is Blaine Curry side by side with Sanders. They touch slightly coming out of turn number 4. Sanders on the outside. Now here comes the 43. We were just talking about Brendan Lee Brendel. He's 2nd place in points, trying to battle his way back up through the field. Now he will be in the top 5 when he gets around Sanders coming down the front stretch. Coming to the white flag for A.J. Sanders. 1 lap to go for one of the greats of the Stadium Stock Wars and one of the greats of all time here at Bowman Gray Stadium. For the 59th time, A.J. Sanders is a winner at the Madhouse. His record is undeniable. We have a car hard into the turn number 3 and 4 wall. That is Andrew Cates, who is driver's side into the wall. The driver of the Disco Turkeys, number 51. Cates has climbed from his number 51 machine. The Disco Turkeys car. I sat here at the at Bowman Gray Stadium and watched the first ever baseball games with him. I actually got to sit with the Disco Turkeys driver. It was a treat.
That's
so
awesome.
many people here celebrating that historic moment here. And speaking of history, career win number 59 for the great A.J. Sanders. It never gets old seeing that beautiful blue number 24 circulate any track here in the Carolinas with that checkered flag. A.J. Sanders, one of the all-time greats here at Bowman Gray Stadium. And his crew awaiting him in victory lane. Son Steven has pulled his car there, and there is the Jerry Hunt Super Centers number 24 pulling into victory lane, creeping up on win 60. But another milestone victory tonight. Let's go down to victory lane. The old veteran has done it again.
We'll have a word momentarily with AJ. Got a great big smile on his face. And why not? Win number 3 on the season. Let him hear it as he climbs out of the cockpit. A.J. Sanders, win number 3. A.J., Chuck Wall ran you tough there. That was close. That was some good, hard racing.
Yes, it was. Chuck Wall, like I say, is a class act. Like I say, what can you say about Chuck Wall? I mean, Chuck Wall is Chuck Wall. We just very, very blessed. The good Lord above has blessed us all year to have good finishes. But, you know, I need to borrow the microphone. I've been screwing up with sponsors. I need to get to the other side of the car. Let me walk around here if you don't mind. Wade Interiors. Happy birthday, Wade. I know it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Jerry Hunt Super Center, La Coretta Restaurant, Twin City Towing, Amanda Tucker, she's here, Caroline Triad Choice Realty, NGI Graphics, Radical Race Gear, Clifton Plumbing, Parish Tire. God, I hope I ain't forgetting nobody. I'm sure I will. But if I did, I sure don't mean to. My family, my wife, my cousins, and how about that spotter I got, Blaze, my son. I'm gonna tell you what, he's the best. Thank him. My friends came down for Carteret there. They come all the way to Carteret to watch me. So, and all these people out here, hey, all y'all kids, I hope you're having fun tonight. All the fans, Gray Garrison, thank you for a good place to race.
Third win on the season by my calculation. I think this is win number 60 in the stadium stock here at the Madhouse.
I don't know, but if it is, that's great. I know it's up there in the 50s. Like I just said a while ago, we've been so blessed. The good Lord above has been on my side for all my life, and he ain't forgot about me now. I prayed the whole time in that race. The Lord, just keep me safe. If you see that I need to win, then drive this car to the winner's circle.
Well, he saw to it you needed to win. Third win of the season for A.J. Sanders. Came in your points leader. He did not do anything to damage that. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our program for tonight. Thank you so much.
What a night here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Double points for all divisions, and some of these guys like A.J. Sanders really took advantage of it. Brad Lewis in the street stock division, his 6th career win for the great veteran. Zach Orr winning the first sportsman race, the Twin 20s for the sportsman. The second one going to young Riley Neal, his 5th career win. Jason Myers, of course, his 40th career win in the the modified 100 tonight. The Fans Challenge, well, nobody won it tonight. So will it be up to the next? I don't know. Is there next time? I think there is. But it was $9,000 tonight. Tyler Bush, his first career victory in the stadium stocks. Congratulations, Tyler. And you just saw it there, career win 59 for the great A.J. Sanders. Jesse Punch, love having you up here in the Flow Racing booth. Your takeaway from night 1091.
I don't know, Dillner. You know, I came in tonight so excited for this modified race, and it was a stellar race. I mean, watching Burt Myers take on the Fans Challenge is always exciting, but I think my takeaway from the night had to come from the stadium stocks division. Tyler Bush getting that win as a fill-in driver, that's pretty cool. You can't underestimate how impressive that is either, to jump in a car that's not your own, go out there in a division that you're not really used to the competitors around you, and get that win for your buddy. That's exciting. That's really neat to see.
Yeah, that was a great moment. You always love to see a first-time winner. You see first-time winners, and then you see the opposite side here, a 59-time winner. I think my takeaway from tonight was just, honestly, the energy. You know, there was so much anticipation going to tonight. When you walk through the pit area, there was a lot of tension between some of the teams, between some of the drivers. And tonight played out pretty darn clean. We did see a little bit of payback possibly with Lee Jeffries on Burt Myers, costing him a run at the Fans Challenge, $9,000. That's, presumptuous. But now the fans are being let into the pit area where they'll go get their autographs, and that's what it's all about here at Bowman Gray. It's the fans. The drivers know it. The teams know it. The management staff here knows it, and we know it here at Flow Racing. So on behalf of Jesse Punch, Pike, who's joining us tonight, Letty Kavlin, so many people with Flow Racing tonight. Q-Man on the cameras. We didn't give a shout-out to our cameraman, Ted Jablonski, in turn number 1, but also some guy named Blaze Dillner is up on cameras. Justin Mincy helping us a little bit from home as well. Matt Strickert, Matt Jackson, Zylak, Alex the engineer, everybody in the NASCAR building, and all of our folks at Flow Racing in Austin, Texas. A big shout-out to all of you for making NASCAR Weekly Racing Series action live here at Bowman Gray Stadium on Flow. Folks, this has been a doozy tonight. Get set for next week. I got to check one off my bucket list and broadcast with my brother. It's the Brothers Dillner's next week for the 100 lapper for the sportsman division. That's going to be something else. it's 1091, and we're done. We're wrapped up here at Bowman Gray Stadium. So until next time, we'll see you at the races.